Hello everyone, and welcome back to Rabbit Sensei Gaming. And today I am not doing a Let's Play for you all, as I have been granted the opportunity to review the PS4 port of the game Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, courtesy of the gaming company WayForward. Now, let me make it clear that while WayForward did provide me with a copy of the game for review, this is not a sponsored video, meaning that I am not getting paid to review this product outside being granted a review copy, which I am very grateful for. And I have been assured that I am allowed to give my full, honest opinions on the product that I'm reviewing. So, with that said, cue the record gameplay footage, and let's get on to the review, starting with... The story of Shantae and the Pirate's Curse starts up pretty much right where the previous game, Shantae Risky's Revenge, ended. So here's your spoiler warning right now. If you haven't beaten the game's predecessor, stop the video, go play the game, read a synopsis or watch a Let's Play, and then come back. Don't worry, I'll wait for you. Ah, there you are. How'd you know the story of the last one? Wait, you didn't go get all caught up? Alright then, no complaining out of you. Anyhow, after the events of Risky's Revenge, Shantae has become human, and with this new humanity, our protagonist has been having bizarre dreams. Dreams of a gravestone with pirate flag and a disembodied voice claiming that the time is right for their return. However, there is no time to fixate on this dream for long, as the Ammo Baron, whom purchased Scuttletown in the previous game, is assaulting the city. Shantae, acting on her instincts, goes to fight off the Ammo Baron, and succeeds. Or so it would seem at first. But no, with the Baron having purchased the town, Shantae has just assaulted the leader of the place she was defending, causing the Royal Guard to strip her of her guardian title and issue her a summons, where it has been decreed that Shantae's long purple hair is to be cut so that it cannot be used as a weapon again. Not wanting to accept what's going to happen, our heroine returns home, moping over the fact that she's going to have to lose the only magical part of her that's left. However, when she decides to take a bath to clear her mind, Shantae is captured by her constant nemesis, the pirate Risky Boots. But, with Shantae's genie powers gone, why would the pirate have need of her? Risky soon explains that she believes Shantae to have her crew held captured, taking our purple-haired heroine to see one of them held inside of her uncle's place. Shantae tells Risky that she had no idea about this, the pirate not believing a single word she says. All the while, dark magic floats down upon Risky's crew member, transforming it into some sort of bat-like monster. Risky frees Shantae from her trap, has the former genie slay the beast, and trap the dark magic inside of a magic lamp. Clearly, there is something bigger than the two of them going on here, and Shantae can't go to the Royal Guard for help lest she have her magical whip-like hair cut off. So, there's only one logical option: to team up with her old enemy Risky Boots and become a pirate herself! As you could probably tell by that little bit right there, the story and writing is still as lighthearted and fun as the other Shantae titles, giving it the sort of charm and familiarity needed when a company makes a sequel. However, there are some moments where the dialogue can feel a bit too cheesy or awkward for those who are just getting into the series here, so to help the uninitiated, I had to compare the story to anything, I would have to say that it's sort of similar in tone to a comedy-based anime. Yeah, the game will get serious when it needs to, but also knows that it's a game, making it to where it does all it can to stay fun and lighthearted. Alright, let's move on to the controls now, shall we? Like with most of WayForward's action platformers, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse has some pretty solid controls. The buttons activate actions with little to no delay, both joystick and D-pad usage are viable ways to move around in-game, and the default button mapping feels quite natural. However, there is one little issue with the controls that I found while playing the game. This would be the fact that even though the game has been ported to the PlayStation 4, it doesn't seem to want to read more than one action button press at a time. What I mean by this is that, while you can do any action while using a movement button, when trying to perform two actions, one will cancel out the other. For example, say you want to whip an enemy with your hair while jumping. Well, as soon as you hit that attack button, your jump's arc ends. Yeah, you have a little bit of an upwards momentum going for you, but within less than half a second you're heading back down towards the ground or platform below. If I'm being honest, this isn't really that big of a deal, and more of a nitpick, as the controls and engine work just fine together to allow you to do all that you need to do. But after having played around with the fluidity inside the newer engine that was used in the tech demo for Half Genie Hero, it was a little difficult going back to the stiffer feeling of the original controls. Oh, pixel graphics, how I enjoy when you grace my screen, so bright and vibrant and with such detail for how small the sprites have to be made. It is truly an art that takes a unique set of skill to produce, and holy cow does WayForward know how to do it. As you all have been seeing this whole time, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse makes use of some amazing pixelized graphics. The shading done for each sprite allows the user to fairly easily tell if something is in the foreground or background, Some of the sprites look as if they have a 3D effect added to them when they perform certain actions, and the game runs at a solid 60 frames per second. Though you're only seeing 30 frames per second thanks to how my capture card likes to work on the 1080p setting. However, it was a personal sacrifice of mine that I feel was worth making, as the game still looks good when running at 30 frames per second, and it gives us the ability to appreciate the colors used in the building of the game's world and characters. I mean, just look at it. There's so much vibrancy to the world, whereas most games of the past 10 years have been mostly dulled in order to bring forth that dramatic realism. So it's very encouraging to see that there are still games being made that will use vibrant color palettes to bring us amazing forms of art. Another aspect about the graphics within the game that I need to acknowledge is the character portraits. Compared to the game Risky's Revenge, these new portraits are a vast improvement. No longer are there thick white lines around the characters as they pop up, allowing it to feel more like the characters are in the world rather than just acting on a stage. The design also got a nice, more streamlined overhaul as well, which, while I did like the designs of the prior games, is a very nice bonus. Add in the fact that there are also more poses and facial expressions for the character portraits than there were in the older entries, and you can tell that the art team definitely upped their A game for this one. Okay, before I go into this next part, I'm going to be quiet for a moment so that you can all take a moment to appreciate the sounds and music composition in this title, because who can tell you what something sounds like better than your own two ears? Did you enjoy that? Tell me in the comments with a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being eh, and 10 being tell me where I can buy the soundtrack. Now, aside from the music, which I personally enjoy, I find myself focusing pretty heavily on the sound effects for the game as well. They have a nice range of neutral to holy god there's a laser coming for my face, and have been synced up pretty well to their corresponding actions, so I have to say that the company did a great job on this aspect. There's also some slight voice work done in the game as well, and the voice actors do feel to be enjoying their roles. But with how few lines of voice dialogue there are in the game, I can really only say that the voice work is nice, as I need a bit more than just a few lines spoken to get a full feel on how well a VA has nailed a character in their voicing. Shantae and the Pirate's Curse has a little bit of a difficult side to it. It's not hard, but there are moments that are genuinely difficult, be it having to do with timing, memorizing enemy patterns, puzzles, or figuring out just where to go in later stages. Through use of good and fair level design, this game makes sure that it gives an adequate challenge to both newcomers and veterans of the action platformer genre. And while veterans to action platformers might find some spots a bit too easy, the adventure that is this game keeps everything feeling fun and worthwhile. Except for those snakes that sometimes randomly fall from the sky. Those suck a little bit. And that's it. Those are my personal opinions on the key aspects of Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. Is the game perfect? No, of course not. No game is. But if you want a summary on how I feel on the game, or a final rating, I'm going to say that this entry is a solid 8 out of 10 and certainly worth a buy, as I've really enjoyed playing it myself, and feel that a lot of you out there would like the game as well. Once again, a big thank you to WayForward for granting me a review copy for this game. It is always good when I get to work with you guys and getting to test out and spread word about a fun product. Keep up the great work, and here's looking forward to your next entry, Half Genie Hero. I can't wait to see how the finished product looks.